Hi guys, thanks for joining me for another video. I'm down here in Pattaya once again. I'm with Mark from One Stop Visa here on Soi 6, just off the beach road. Now the reason I'm with Mark, thanks for joining me by the way, Mark.
My pleasure, nice to see you again.
The reason I've come to see Mark, I released a video a week or two ago on banking because you know all the rules had changed, there was some funny goings on, and I explained in that video what I thought had happened. But what I've done, I've come down to speak to Mark to get the facts on the visas. A lot of changes gone on, right, Mark? What's actually happening with this banking?
The banking problem, one of the major banks which most agents tend to use, has been subject to a lot of fraud. Right. A lot of it caused by younger people on the DTV visa and other things, Bitcoin and whatever, you know, people trying to get their Bitcoin in. And they basically just stopped opening accounts.
This was a Bangkok bank, right? Not all the banks.
Not all banks, no, but it's very difficult with other banks to open a bank account on a tourist visa.
Once one does it, they all follow, right?
Well, not really. No? The Bangkok bank was always the go-to bank to open on a tourist visa,
right? And
they were very, very easy going with the helping the client through the visa process.
Right.
I currently can open with two other banks. I've always been able to. I have no problems in opening a bank account, provided you're doing a long-term visa. So a non-O, non-B, something like that. We can get you a bank account.
What about as it was before? People came here. They could come here on a tourist exempt. It's not a visa, as we know. 60 days as it is now. They could come and see you, and you could open up a bank account. That's not so easy now, is it?
No, that's finished now. At the moment,
finished.
Currently, that's not possible. It's just not possible.
So who can actually open a bank account? It's got to be. You've got to have a long-term visa, right?
Well, the way I can do it is I can open the bank account for you to process a long-term visa. Mm-hmm. So we open the bank account, help you with the necessary. The bank then frees the account until you get the 90-day non-immigrant stamp in your passport, in which case there's a second banking process. When we do the second banking process, they unfreeze your account and you've got the account open for yourself because you've legally got the non-O 90-day non-immigrant to open the account.
So what you're saying is if you come in on a tourist stamp, they will open it through yourself because they know you're going to open it, but you can't use it until you get your long-term visa.
And until you get the 90-day non-immigrant stamp in your passport. Yep.
Okay, so to anybody who's planning to come out here long-term, retiring or anything like that, you can still open a bank account?
Yeah, no problem at all. Also, a lot of guys are panicking now that their agents can't help them on the renewals. Mm-hmm. And I'm seeing a lot of guys coming in from other places. We can still help you on the renewals.
Right.
Okay. There are some ways around this problem.
So what changes are there with regards to visas and everything? Because obviously you do this every day. I try and keep up on it from the internet. But are there any sort of kind of big changes that are going on at the moment? Because the DTV, yeah, they promoted that as a long-term visa, but Bangkok Bank saying they're not recognizing it as a long-term visa for the.
Well, if so much fraud was caused, according to the bank, by this visa, that they don't open the bank account for it. But in fairness, you don't need a Thai bank account to have the DTV visa. You use your home bank, you know?
Right.
You can't be paid into it if you're working here as a digital nomad. You're not allowed to work for anybody in Thailand. Right. So you can't be paid into it. So there's no real reason, they're saying, for you to have that bank account.
What sort of abuse has gone on with the people who have got that visa then? Because I'd heard it was some Chinese scammers who do Bitcoin and stuff.
But a lot of them use this visa to come in on. And also they manipulate some of the ladies in the bars to open bank accounts for them. Mm-hmm. They hand over the account and the card and they use the account in their name. I know 3 or 4 instances where ladies have been used to open the bank account. And they've been paid and they've given the cards over, and then a load of abuse has happened on these accounts.
Wow! And the immigration are kind of
banking.
Yeah. What about the actual state of visas as it is now? Is there any sort of changes going on?
No, not really. Everything's fairly stable from a visa point of view. Just like I say, the banking is making the visa slightly more difficult. But for me, the process is exactly the same. We open the bank account, take it to the immigration. A couple of hours later, job done.
So if anybody wants to come here on a long-term visa, they just come and see you. You can open the bank account, you can get them the visa, and it's pretty straightforward. Is that the same for everybody in town, all the agents, or?
I can't really speak for a lot of them, but I am seeing a lot of customers from other agents, and they're quite honest about it. That their agent can't help them.
Sure.
Lots of other visas we do in here, as well as driving license. We do the dependent visa if you take care of the kid. We do the marriage visas, you know, non-B work permits.
So I've got a friend he's got an emergency, as you know, he came to see you.
Yes.
I won't mention any names, but he's got to go back to the UK. He's got a Thai wife. How does that work? If somebody here has a Thai spouse, are you able to get them the visa?
Yeah, we do a lot of UK tourist visas, Australia, Canada, America. America's very, very difficult. None of them are easy.
No.
But we've got a really good record for them.
So just talk me through the process. If somebody wanted to go back, let's say use the UK for an example. If somebody wanted to go back to the UK and he's got a Thai wife and they just want to go back for a couple of weeks, he wants to show her the sights of London, for instance.
Yeah.
What's the process and how long does it take?
On average, 4 to 6 weeks from the day you submit the application to the UK VI. You need to have known the girl 6 months minimum. Mm-hmm. You need to have shown some support to the girl. Right. So you need a nice, constant, trackable record of you giving her money, basically, supporting her.
Sorry to interrupt, is that putting money in her bank account every month?
Yeah, and not just cash. Don't give her cash. It's got to be. You've got to have a money trail. You know, you've got to show constant support. Yeah. If she's got children, you can pay the school fees, for instance. It's good for that.
They just want to see that she is a real girlfriend.
Yeah, she's a genuine girlfriend. Also, if you live together, I've just had a couple of cases of this guy you're speaking about yesterday. He's got a joint rent contract. Obviously, that goes a long way to showing that you've got commitment together. Sure. You know, he's married. He shouldn't have any problems whatsoever. You know, lots of photos together, communications by telephone, WhatsApp messages. The lady needs a tab in bar from where she's registered. If she owes land, she's owed. You know, if she's got children under 20, we need the birth certificates. All these things, reasons for her to come back are the most important part of this visa. But
they just want to make sure she's going to come back. Right?
Yeah. And the longer you've known her, the better, obviously. But I do get guys walking in, girls coming in, they've known each other 3 weeks and they want to go back to Germany, you know. And
really?
It's just,
and he met her in a bar somewhere down on Beach Road?
Probably in Soy 6.
Oh, right. Yeah. Just to let you know, it's actually, it's 7:45 in the morning on a Monday morning. I came here at 7:30 because the last time I came here, I thought, well, I'll do it late afternoon like a lot of the interviews I do. And Soy 6, all the bars are open, all the girls were screaming, and it was so loud we couldn't do it. So I came back the following morning. But today, I've come real early because you're going to get you get busy really early, don't you?
Yeah, about 8 o'clock, 8:30, it starts to get busy.
Because I've been here and you can't get a seat in here. If somebody's coming to see you, what's the best time is there any time where it kind of is quieter, where they can come in?
Late in the afternoon.
Late in the afternoon.
Yeah, but I don't stay. I actually go home about 2 o'clock every day since my accident.
Right.
And I've got a home office, so I work from home in the afternoons. I get more done. I get all the people probably notice I do most of my emails in the early evening and late afternoon. Yeah, sure. So I'm not, but I'm always here from 8 in the morning till a minimum 2 o'clock.
So if somebody pops down to Patty and they want to come in and see you, so maybe just after lunch, 1 o'clock, 1:30?
Yes, fine.
And your busiest time is the early morning?
Early. To be honest with you, from about 9 o'clock till about 2 o'clock is busy.
Right. So what about driving licenses? Are you still doing them?
We still do a lot of driving licenses on a Tuesday, a Thursday and a Friday. It's a very quick process. Once we've got the paperwork sorted, we take you from here on at 8:30 in the morning to Rayong, which is about 45, 50 minutes. And you're back in my office no later than 1 o'clock. The lady who does my licenses she's usually sometimes back here at 11:45. She's very quick at them.
Because I did my motorcycle and my car license through Mark, and it was very, very quick. I'm on my second one now, and it's 5 years. First one's 2 years, right?
Yeah, everybody gets 2 years the first time, regardless of which visa you're on. Even Thai nationals only get 2 years the first time. If you're on a long-term visa, like a retirement or something like that, you know, or non-B, you get a 5-year license the second time, and you can also get the international license at this point.
Right.
So it's you've got more options once you're on a long term.
So just tell everybody what they need to, if they come here from their own country, they need certain international license or?
International, I'll tell you a little bit what we think is going to change. There's going to be a little bit of changes. So you can convert a driving license from, say, New Zealand, Australia, whatever, because it's in English language. If you've got a Portuguese license, a French license, it needs to be translated. So if you get the international license in your own country, from Portugal or France, it has an English page on it. This can be translated. And it can be used just to convert your driving license, much, much easier. And obviously translations are expensive and certifications. I've heard through the grapevine, but it's not happening yet, through the school we use for the driving school. There is a whisper that they may not in the future convert plastic driving licenses. It may have to be an international. So I'm informing people now, if they have time to get the international driving license before coming, it's a very, very good idea. Also, it keeps you legal for 90 days after you arrive.
Right, okay.
So it keeps you insured with the government insurance and whatever for 90 days and legal with the police.
Let me just ask you about this. On the 1st of June, if you're not wearing a helmet, it used to be 500 baht. I've been stung for 500 baht many times down the beach road. But they've changed the law. Some people have said it's 2,000 baht. Other people say it's up to 2,000 baht. What's actually going on there?
It's up to 2,000 baht. It just depends how the officer is on the day and how hungry he is. Really, it's as simple as that,
So if someone's driving down the beach road and the police are out, they're always outside. Guys wear a helmet. These days, they're always outside the police station. Maybe not on a Sunday, but every other day. What have people been paying? Have you heard anything through the grapevine, as it were?
Anything from 500 baht to 2,000 baht.
And they do sting some people for 2,000.
If you've got no helmet on and no license, then you're going to be paying the upper limits.
Right. And just no helmet, maybe 1,000 or
1,000 baht.
Yeah. It's just not worth the risk. It's really nice. People will say you're crazy not wearing a helmet because it's dangerous, but around Pattaya, you're not going that fast, and it's nice to kind of not have a helmet on sometimes, isn't it?
Yeah, it gets very hot. But the downside is if you do have an accident with no helmet on, you're not insured.
Yeah, and also it's very dangerous for your health because you might hit your head on the pavement or something.
You hit one of them curbs, you're in trouble, you know what I mean?
Is there anything else, very short video today, but is there anything else people need to know if they're coming out here? Licenses, visas, banks, anything?
For the bank accounts, opening the bank accounts, you need a current driving license, must be valid. Remember, when you're doing the visa, you need about a minimum 15, 16 months remaining on your passport validity. So make sure you don't shortchange yourself on the visa. Like I say, try and get an international if you have time. They're very cheap to get in your own country.
Right.
And it does make things a lot easier. Although the bank will always open it with the plastic card, it's only really the driving school and the DLT that need the international driver's license.
Right. I'm actually planning to go to the bank after here a little bit later on today because my first visa here wasn't through you, as you know, 3 years ago. And I opened the agent opened a Bangkok bank on a tourist visa, and all my information is incorrect. So I went to the bank, my Bangkok bank in Bangkok near me, the Bangkok bank near me, I should say, and they said no, you have to go down to Pattaya because all your paperwork's down there, which I thought was crazy,
Actually, that's a really good point because I'll just give a little bit of information to people. They're all panicking about their bank accounts being closed. Now, if your app goes off on your phone, you'll contact the bank because your app's gone off. What they're 99% of the time want you to do is update your account, update your phone number. So what they're doing now is they're asking, particularly people in the last 18 months that have opened accounts, they're asking you to get a receipt from your phone provider. Now, you need your passport to do this. So you go, for instance, if you use AIS as your network provider.
And that is who I use, yeah.
So you go into the AIS shop with your passport and your phone, and you ask them for a receipt for the bank, and they fully understand it. And the receipt has to have on it your name and the number of the telephone. That's it. Typically, they charge you 50 baht for doing this.
Okay.
Take this back to the bank with your passport. They'll rescan your face, take a copy of that, and unblock your app or phone. In some cases, when people haven't contacted them throughout the country and they haven't even noticed their app's frozen, they'll actually freeze the account. You don't lose your money in the account. When you come back in and do the update, they unfreeze your account and your money's safe.
Because again, on social media, that's false information. I watched one video where they said they're going to close all foreigners' accounts and keep the money. People were panicking.
Also, what they're doing with the update is they're checking where your funds come from. They may ask you to prove legitimacy of the funds you put through the account.
Right.
One thing they definitely do not allow is Bitcoin. Any reference to Bitcoin from another account going into your bank, you're going to lose it.
Right. Okay.
So be very, very careful where you put your funds in from.
What about like myself? I'm going to go to the bank and I'm just going to say, look, my details have changed. I've got a new phone number. I've got a new address. Can you update your details? Will they update them?
They will update you.
Yeah.
If you've got a new phone number, it will take 7 days for them to update the phone number.
No, that's fine. It's just if they need to contact me, you know, I like I say, I came in, like a lot of guys out there, I came in on a tourist stamp the first time, and they don't know my address. They don't have my bank account. Nothing's happened to my account because I've had it 3 years. But, you know, if I'm in Bangkok and they turn all the apps off, I've got to make a special trip down here. But as I'm down here already, I thought I'd
use the opportunity. It's a good point you bring up there that you've had it 3 years and nothing's actually happened to your account. So it's more people in the last 18 months. And I've noticed with clients I've opened in the last 6 months, those have been the ones that have been affected.
Have you had any, because I mean, obviously I haven't had anything happen to my accounts, but have you seen anything happen to like regular guys' accounts? You know, I mean, not scammers? Not
scammers, no. They're, I've seen their accounts, the app goes off and then they're contacting me. And I just say to them, when you come back, contact the bank now. If you're out of the country, when you come back, do what I've just told you to do and everything's fine.
So it has happened to people, I didn't realise.
It is happening, yeah, it is happening.
I wonder why it hasn't happened to me yet then.
I think because you've had your account for over 2 or 3 years.
3 years.
And they can look back at your legitimacy of your funding, you know.
And the funding, my funding always comes in from another bank. It's not like crypto, like you say.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, you know, so there's no real reason for them to look at you, you know.
Right, okay.
And of course, once you're on a long-term visa like a non-O, your account's never going to go.
No.
Your account is.
But they don't know that at the moment. That's why I'm going to see them, just to show them my passport and everything.
Yeah. If they've not seen your passport since the last time you went on to the non-O, then it's a good idea to update it.
Okay, so that's pretty much it in a nutshell. So if you're planning to come out here, you want to get a retirement visa, you want to get a driving license, Mark's located, as I said at the beginning of the video, in Soi 6. It's one-stop visa, just off the beach road, the infamous Soi 6, you can't miss it. And you're open from what time to?
We're open from 8 in the morning till 5 at night.
9 o'clock or?
8 o'clock in the morning.
8 o'clock in the morning till 5 at night, 6 days a week.
5 days a week, but I come in myself on a Saturday 10 till 2.
Right.
And sometimes on a Sunday. If I've got appointments for tourist visas to the UK, for instance, I tend to bring them in at the weekend. It's quieter, I can sit down, spend some time and explain things correctly and properly to them. Guys,
if you've got any, there's a link in the description. If there's anything you want to ask Mark, if you're sitting in your home country and you think you've got a question, just put it in an email. Mark will get back to you. And he'll answer all your questions, basically, right? You answer all your emails, I take it?
I answer all my emails. Right. Sometimes I'm a little bit slow because I get, you know, like after doing a video with you, I'll have hundreds and hundreds of emails. Sure. So it takes a little bit of time to get back to them.
Right.
So I do answer all my emails. Occasionally you miss one, everybody does, you know, it's one of them things. But I do. But remember also, if you're a member of TLP, Thai Legal Protection, you get a discount with my services.
Right.
And if you're first time in Thailand and you're going on to a retirement visa, it's a very good service to take up for the first 3 or 4 months minimum.
That's Peter Thai Legal.
Peter at Thai Legal.
Yeah.
Because, you know, he checks your rent contract, he can give you free will. It can help you settle into life safely, you know? Right.
Peter actually, it's a legal firm here in Pattaya and Bangkok. He has Thai lawyers, and basically he charges a membership. I think it's what, $7.99 a month?
$7.95 a month.
$7.95 a month, and it's not a contract, it's a monthly thing. Some guys come out here for a couple of weeks and they take it out. And the whole point to take it out is if you find yourself in Lumpini police station at 3 o'clock in the morning, there is a 24-hour number that you can call and you can get help. Or if you take out a lease on a condo, something like that, they check it if it's in Thai, and it's a good service. I'm with them myself, and also I use Mark. When I first came here, I used another agent, another visa agent, but I don't just make videos with Mark just to get content. I've had my driving licenses through Mark. He's checked. I've had my last 2-3 visas through you. So it is a good service. So just to reiterate, guys, if you want to come here long term and you want to get a driving license, you want to get a long term visa, bank account, Mark is the man to see. Mark, thanks again.
Pleasure.
I'm sure. Guys, thanks for watching. I don't know if I'm going to go back to bed now or have some breakfast, probably have some breakfast, but thanks for watching and I'll catch up with you real soon.